Hello and welcome to the Meteor Stop Off. I'm your host Supernova. Today I'm bringing you guys a battle video between Nanorays and NJ Control. It is a very intense and entertaining battle. I hope you guys will enjoy. This game I'm going to be playing Nanorays and my opponent Secret is going to play NJ Control. I flipped a coin, I won the coin flip, and I decided to go first. My opponent will go second, so I drew my first 5 cards from the deck. And here is what my opening hand looks like. I have a Gymnoris, a Nano Stinger, a Zetray, a Mystical Beast of the Deep, and an Elasmobon. So I must say this is actually a pretty good hand since we have 2 Nanoray creatures. One of them can even search out another one or a Relantis. And we also have a Nano Stinger that's able to protect our Relantis. We have a Zetray, which is easier for us to pull off Relantis and start drawing some cards. And we also have a Mystical Beast of the Deep to bring back our Zetrays in case it gets killed for some reason. So yes, this is actually a pretty good starting hand, and I'm really happy with it. And let the game begin. So I'm going first. I passed my turn to my opponent immediately because I don't have anything to do. Secret also passed his turn, so it's now my turn. I drew my card, which is fantastic because it is a Relantis. I gained 4 stars, and I decided to pay 6 stars and added a creature zone, a battle zone, and a resource zone. So yes, I bought these zones, and I decided to play down a Gymnoris, which searched me a Redwava. So Redwava, if you don't know, is a set 4 Nanoray, which I think is one of the best Nanorays ever released. It's able to help you recover from a health and bounce faster. So it's a really good card, and I feel like it's the only card I'm missing here. So I played Gymnoris, I added Redwava, and I played down Relantis, attached Nano Stinger to it to protect it, and used Gymnoris to attack for 1 point, which my opponent has nothing to do, and I passed my turn. So it is now my opponent's turn. He decided to not do anything and passed his turn back. I drew a card, and it is a Skitoda. Fantastic, we have another Nanoray. Now that we have a lot of Nanorays in our hand, we do not really have to worry about anything. We straight up attacked with Gymnoris 1 more time and gained us 1 more point. As my opponent's turn starts, he finally decided to do something, which is buy a Battle Zone and a Creature Zone, and also playing down an Orbov. Orbov is a great control tool, able to just stall your opponent and also tank some attacks if needed. But that's fine for me since he attacked a Gymnoris, attached to Relantis, and now I get 1 more Relantis counter. I just need 2 more Nanorays, and I can use Relantis' ability to free play a Zetray. But then I decided to make a move that is quite interesting here. So I played down a Skitoda and also an Elasmobon. I used Polysium's ability, killing them both, which means they're attached to Relantis now. I used them to free play my Zetray. So now I am free playing Zetray without using Relantis, despite having 4 Nanorays attached to Relantis. What I had in my mind is, since I have 2 Mystical Beasts of the Deeps in my hand, I can easily recover from losing a Zetray. So what I did is I kind of sped up the game a little bit. Instead of using the Nanorays to stall, I used them to free play a Zetray, and essentially giving some pressure to my opponent. But then he played for Cell Sign, which is a great move here, obviously. Stealing my Zetray Mantilossus, my Mystical Beast of the Deeps can't kill it. If I decided to use my 8 stars to buy the Mantilossus back, since he has 6 stars, he's just going to be doing the same move the next turn. If he does that, I'll have no stars the turn after this. So what I decided to do is I just used Nanoray Nano Stinger and killed the Mantilossus. Also playing down a Mystical Beast of the Deep so that it can get back a Mantilossus. Also attacking for some points. We also have a Nanoray Revolver in our hand, so in the future turns, I can just play down the Revolver, let it die, let it attach to Relantis, and then trigger its ability, attaching my Skitoda back to Relantis, so that I can use my Zetray with Relantis. So basically, my setup is nearly perfect here. I have a Mystical Beast of the Deep that's able to bring back mental losses, and also a Revolver that's able to set up my Relantis. But then he played down a Pelfam, which bounced my Mystical Beast of the Deep, uh, which is kind of sad, to be honest. Now I can't get my Zetray back. I'll have to use Revolver to tank a hit from Pelfam so that I don't take too much damage. Alright, so Revolver down, and then I pass my turn to my opponent. If Revolver dies, it's just going to be attached to Relantis anyways. I'm kind of glad that he did not bounce Relantis, because if he bounced Relantis, it's quite hard for me to recover from it. So here, Pelfam on the board with that 300 power, able to kill that Revolver easily. He indeed did that and killed the Revolver. When Revolver dies, it gets attached to Relantis, which means its ability will trigger, attaching my dead Skitoda to Relantis as well, gaining me 1 point in the process. So now I drew a card. It is a Time Flash Portal, a decent card, but not that kind of useful in the situation. I use my 7 stars to play down a Mystical Beast of the Deep, killing the Pelfam. So now when my opponent kills the beast, I'll bring back a Zetray, able to use Relantis to free play it. I really hope that he doesn't have any cards that screw up my setup. And then he played down a Pelfam. I am really terrified back then, just seeing that Pelfam, because it's able to bounce my Relantis with 4 Nanorays attached to it. But he decided to not do so. He used the Pelfam to bounce my Mystical Beast of the Deep instead. But it is fine for him because he knows that if I don't have a Mantilossus, I cannot use my Relantis ability. But I top-decked a Mantilossus, which is the perfect card in this situation. Before that, I decided to use Spoons and looked at my top 3 cards on my deck. I got 2 Thunderbolts and a Relantis, just in case he has any sort of resource removals in his control deck. I put the Relantis to the bottom of my deck and discarded 1 Thunderbolt, having the other Thunderbolt in my hand. So with that out of the side, I Time Flash Portal the Pelfam, just to let my Mantilossus attack for a few more points. I used Relantis ability, killed all 4 creatures from it. Satisfying move here. All of them are gone, but we do have a Mantilossus on our planet. With that huge 490 power and 400 health, also drawing me 2 cards in the process. I got a Duple Drop and an Elasmobon, which is awesome because Duple Drop can help me free play a Mystical Beast of the Deep, and Elasmobon can help me set up my second Mantilossus play with both of my beasts in my hand. So now he decided to use Planetary Field to tank my Mantilossus attack, which is fine for me because I'm not trying to gain a lot of points here. I simply want to activate my Relantis as much as possible. So, yep, he decided to not do anything on his turn, letting the Pelfam return to his planet after his turn ends. I have no choice here but to just simply attack and kill the Pelfam. Before that, I can actually attach Nano Stinger to Relantis, protecting it, and also setting up for a second Mantilossus play. So yes, see here, I killed Pelfam with my Zetray. I passed the turn to a secret. Surprisingly, he decided to not do anything on his turn and straight up passed the turn to me. I drew my card. It is a Beast of the Black Hole, which is excellent. I'm able to now tank a few of my opponent's hits and killing his big creatures. So yes, I decided to just attack with my Mantilossus, hoping to gain 5 points. And he played Orboth, which I kind of totally forgot about. I killed the Orboth and I passed my turn. My opponent now has a bigger hand and more stars, so he can probably do something. As you can see here, he decided to do a move that is quite surprising for me. He played down Kraka, Beast of the Night Jungle. Also playing down Heat, Tree of the Night Jungle. Killing Heat, shuffling back no Night Jungle creatures back to the deck, which is kind of a waste of Kraka. But Kraka having that 390 power now is almost enough to kill my Mantle Losses. Then he also played down another Heat. Heat has another effect that just buffs all of your Night Jungle creatures on your planet. So now Kraka has 420 power, just enough to kill my Mantalossus. I top deck a Gymnoris, which is awesome in this situation because I can use Gymnoris to get a Ridwava, able to set up my Relantis faster. Although both of my Mantalossuses are in the graveyard, I can actually use my Mystical Beast of the Deeps to get them back, so I'm not worried about that. Right now, my main goal is to just, simply set up my Relantis. So what I decided to do is I paid 3 stars and I played down my Gymnoris. Gymnoris will search for a Ridwava. The reason for that I just explained. I also decided to play that Ridwava immediately. As you can see here, I'm paying 2 stars. Played down the Ridwava, and I used Pulsium's ability to me being stupid here. Yep. To kill 2 Nanorays on my planet, and I free played a Mystical Beast of the Deep. Before that, I activated Ridwava's ability, brought back a Ridwava. That Ridwava will trigger as well, bringing back a Skatoda, also gaining me 1 point. So yes, I killed 2 Nanorays. I played down a Mystical Beast of the Deep. Now I still have 7 stars, which means I can play down another one next turn. I used my beast to kill the Kraka since it doesn't have any protections. So the Kraka is gone. Kraka is just a really good tool in Night Jungle Control. So that being gone is a really good thing. I passed my turn to my opponent. My opponent then played down a fantastic creature in his deck, which is obviously Orbov. So Orbov here, tanking 1 hit from Mystical Beast of the Deep, and later can tank another one, which is a good thing for him, obviously. So, but the thing is, he did not realize that one of his resource zones is occupied, and that resource zone is his only resource zone. So what I can do is just basically play down a creature that can kill Orbov. I killed the Orbov with Elasmo Bond and attacked with Mystical Beast of the Deep for 3 points. And because of a ruling about Orbov, he cannot tank this attack. I passed my turn, gaining 3 points, and now I am at 11. Yes, so my opponent here decided to buy a resource zone, and also using that resource zone to play a, wait for it, Charge Blaster. So Charge Blaster here, paying 7 stars, able to kill one of my beasts so that it won't trigger and I can't bring back a Mantalossus, which is kind of fine for me because I still have another one, but I am actually worried that he'll just use something like a Gla to kill my second one. Yeah, with that out of the way, he used Phantom Matter to PM my Mystical Beast of the Deep, which is, for me, a 2 billion IQ move here. If you don't know Mystical Beast of the Deep's wording, it's able to actually get your opponent's killed Pulsium creatures as well. So if the beast dies here, he's able to get one of my Zetaries, which is not a good thing. So yes, I'm here kind of stuck. But he forgot about something. I actually have a Nano Stinger on my Relantis. So I basically used Nano Stinger to sacrifice a Skatoda and killed the Phantom Matter Mystical Beast of the Deep. So now I still have 4 Nanorays attached to Relantis. I used 7 stars to play another one of my beasts, and also a Thorn Evoke. and attacked for 4 points, which surprisingly actually connected. Not all of the attacks, but at least my Thunderbox able to attack for 1 point, which is for me an achievement. You understand? So I used Mystical Beast of the Deep to kill an Orbov, and my Thunderbolt just attacked for 1 point. So then I passed the turn to my opponent. My opponent decided to use the card Guster, which is a 4-star creature that is a great card that removes one of our opponent's zones. It might be annoying sometimes, but it is indeed a great card. So I drew a card off of Thunderbolt's kill trigger, and I got a Skatoda, and also a Pelfam. So this is still looking good for me because my Mystical Beast of the Deep can kill most of his stuffs in his deck. So I killed the Guster with my Beast and passed my turn. So now I have a Beast, a Relantis with 4 Nanorays attached to it. In my hand, I have a Phantom Matter, a Duple Drop, a Beast, a Cosmic, a KO, a Skatoda, and a Pelfam. So this is actually a really good setup for me. But then he played down Glow, which is one of his trump cards in this deck, able to kill my Mystical Beast of the Deep without having anything triggered. Now, I'm starting to panic, because 2 Mantalosses are dead, I have 2 Beasts dead, and I only have 2 Pelfams and a Crantron left in my deck. I do not run any sort of wormholes, which means I am in trouble here. I cannot bring back my Mantalossus, which means I cannot trigger Atlantis, which means I do not have a lot of heavy hitters in my deck left. So yes, it is now my turn. I am thinking about stuff, not sure what, but I decided to play down a Phantom Mattering a Pelfam, hoping to gain more points. The most important thing here is if I attack and actually connect with this Pelfam, a Crantron attack from my deck would actually win me the game. So indeed, this attack connected, and I have 15 points now. My opponent has 10 points, which means this game is quite intense. So now he plays down a Thunderbolt, a 1-star creature from Gaios, but instead of using it to tank 1 hit from Pelfam, he used plant ability Gaios instead. He searched out a Glur, which is, a big problem for me because it's able to kill a lot of things. Even worse, he did not even use the Glur against my PM Pelfam. He used Abandonment instead. With that out of the sight, he decided to play down his boss card in his deck, which is Uram, King of the Night Jungle. With that huge 380 power and 340 health, he's also immune to activator cards, which means I cannot beast him. There aren't really that many cards in my deck that can kill him anymore, so I must win the game in these few turns. Then I top deck a Pelfam, and all of a sudden I have hope again. Pelfam just able to bounce his Uram into his hand and attacking for 3 points, which means if I'm able to connect these 2 Pelfam attacks, I can actually win the game. So I decided to do so, attacking with Pelfam. I'm on 18 points now. My opponent obviously has a Glow in his hand, but that's fine for me because even if he kills my Pelfam with the Glow, I can just bounce his Glow next turn as well. Now, the only thing that I hope won't happen is a Beast. If he has a Beast, then it's game over for me. I only have a Crantron left in my deck, and that is my only creature that can attack for points. Other ones, they're either weak Nanorays or Duple Drops. They can't really do that much damage. So yes, I am betting everything on this. This is a huge gamble, and I really hope this Pelfam will connect the attack. So yes, now my opponent uses Glur to attack for 1 point, putting him on 15 points. It is a quite close game. So I drew my card, it's another KO. I crossed my fingers, I paid 7 stars, I played down my Pelfam, I bounced a Glur, and attacked for game. Yes, I actually did it. Pelfam attacked for 3 points. My opponent having no responses. No beast, no planetary fields, no orbs, nothing like that. I actually won the game. GG, well played. It was a fun game. That is the end of the battle. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us, tell me, what kind of matchup do you want to see next on a new battle video. So, that's it for today.